What is going on, guys? I am bringing you my NUL League Round 2 playoffs game versus Meeps. This was a really fun series, and Meeps is considered as one of the top NU players in the SM meta right now. So let's just get into the games. Game 1, Meeps has got an interesting Wild Plume MOR core, and I've just got a Team TDK using tiebreak finals. Unfortunately, I couldn't prepare as much as I would have liked to for this series because I've been really busy lately. So I'm just gonna end up using like teams made by my friends and some recycled stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to bring better teams in my other series. So let's just start this game. He leads off with his Rotom because as you guys can see, like my best Rotom check is just either Wickerbolt or Delphox. I don't really have much for Rotom on my team, so makes a good play. I just scout for the Leaf Storm, which he clicks easily, and I switch out here to my Wickerbolt, but this does crazy damage, which reveals to me that he has specs. And I make an aggro play here. I predicted the M-War because I thought he'd want to get some momentum on his side, but he just ends up going to Ride On. I click HP Ground, which does a decent amount, but I'm forced to switch out here. So I end up going to Seismitoad because I really expected a Stone Edge there because it hits both the Xatu as well as the Wickerbolt, but he just ends up doubling and goes to Hitmonlee. And I knew there was no chance he's going to click High Jump Kick here because I already revealed Protect, so rocks were pretty free for me there. Here I just click Scald because it's a decent mid-ground play and I can get a burn off on anything, so I just click Scald here. And then I scout here to see what he's going to click. If he clicked Giga Drain, I could have gone to Wickerbolt and clicked Roost, so I just end up scouting there. But now I decide to switch out. I go to my Xatu because it can wall it if I don't get poisoned. Luckily, it didn't get poisoned there. I just click Psychic now because there's nothing I lose and it does more than 50%. He ends up Sludge Bombing again, and there's no way he switches out here because Roost is pretty obvious in my end. So I just thought I'm going to kill Wild Plume here, and I do that. So now his best switch in is again Rotom to get some momentum on his end, and he can easily just click Leaf Storm. Actually, this was a misplay. In hindsight, I should have thought this turn better. He lost nothing by clicking Leaf Storm, and I lost nothing by just sacking my Xatu there. But I thought for some reason that I want to make a nice play and go up and predict the Volt Switch, which was a really big misplay on my end. I think I should have saved the Seismitoad because it's actually decent in this matchup. It can live hit from MOR, Hitmonlee, and can Toxic something, so this was a pretty big misplay in hindsight. I should have just sacked the Xatu. I kind of regret this, but I just end up going to Hitmonlee now. It's Life Orb, so I can just fire off a Knockoff and then High Jump Kick on anything. So I just end up knocking off and he just sacks his Ride On, which is fine by me, but he reveals Protect, which is kind of bad. So Meeps has got the advantage right now, and he ends up taking off like 70 off my Hitmonlee, which is great for him. So he can go to his Hitmonlee now and rapid spin or knock off or anything. So I just sack my Xatu because if he rapid spins, he cannot get the rocks off due to my Rocky Helmet. So Delphox is free here because it's Scarf, so I can definitely threaten this Hitmonlee out. And I make an aggressive play here, and I predict the Slow King, but it does not work out for me. Meeps is definitely keeping all the momentum in his favor right now, so I'm forced to sack Hitmonlee again and go into my, what did I go into here? My Delphox. Once again, Meeps makes another aggressive play, predicting me to double out, and he just clicks the Z move. So looking really good for Meeps right now. Looking hard for me to come back from this situation, especially since he's not Scarf. So I just go and I finally revenge the M-War. Slowking comes in, and there's nothing I can really do to win from here. I go to my Barbarical in a dying attempt to hope that I don't get 2-hit KO'd. I click my Z move here, and he just ends up sacking the Rotom. My hope was like you maybe crit the Slowking if he stays in, and then go to Delphox and hope to sweep with like Fire Blast or something, but he made a good play and he sacked the Rotom. So now you can just go to Slowking, easily just live any hit and then sweep with Trick Room. So I ended up losing the first game, and let's move on to the second game. So second game, I end up using one of the teams I've used before versus I think Kingler or someone. This is basically double specs team made by Gary Oak. So he's just basically using the same team he used in Snake Draft this first round game. He's got Assault West, Hariyama, Thick Fat. Is this Scarf or Specs? I don't even remember. Extra. I just lead with Vanillux here because we got pretty good matchup against everything except Hariyama. And here I predict him to knock off because I felt like that was a decent play from his end. He could go as my best switch into Hariyama, and knock off would be great for him early on. So I made a very aggressive play here because the Hariyama is a huge threat. So I just switch here to my Virizion, make a really aggressive play, which worked out perfectly for me. I get the Justified boost, and now I can basically kill something for sure. So I end up just close combating, and he brings in a Skunk Tank. That is not a counter. Takes 95 and dies to Hail. So pretty good start for me. Now he goes to his Delphox, which I assume is Scarf, so I have to switch out here, which he predicts and makes a nice double into Wickerbolt, but didn't work out for him because I went in my Delphox. I'm not going to go to my Guzzlord here because I feel like he can definitely double, and Delphox is a Delphox check if it's like not command or something. So Delphox was pretty fine for me, worked out for me here, and then I switches out to his own Delphox. I click Fire Blast because it basically hits everything except Delphox and Seismitoad, so no big deal. I just click Fire Blast, that's a lot of damage. He switches out here, and I continue to click Fire Blast because I don't really mind if his Delphox perishes. So, and now that his Seismitoad is in, I have to switch my Golbat. He ends up just rocking. I defog. No harm for me to defog here, and he switches out to his Vikavolt. Now, big turn in the game right now. If you guys can see, for me, my thought process was Vikavolt can easily get a kill or anything, so I don't lose anything. I didn't think I lost anything. He revealed the Z Bug Buzz, by the way, so I knew this wasn't Specs. So in my head, I was just like, okay, going to Steelix here would be really obvious, and he might predict that. And I can easily I'm faster than him for sure because it's a Golbat and that's a Vikavolt. So I can Brave Bird here. He's not going to T-Bolt when I have a Steelix in the back. So I make an aggro play here. I click Brave Bird, and fortunately he actually ends up subbing. And that's so great for me because Golbat has Infiltrator, so he's basically going to die the next turn. So it worked out for me there. He just ends up switching out, goes to Vanillux, which takes a chunk as well. Somehow Golbat is doing like crazy work right now. Here just like switch out to my Vanillux because it's a decent check, I guess, and he clicks HP Ground, which doesn't work out for him. I just click Blizzard, so, and since I'm faster than him, since I won the speed type, basically means that he's Specs as well, Specs modest. So no, in fact, I think he's not Specs. I think in the game he used like 3 attacks or something, so I don't think it's Specs, but it's probably some Z move or whatever. I don't really have a no, it's Z Vikavolt. I don't really know. Like he might be like Never Melt Ice or something. Not really sure. But he goes out to Hariyama, which is pretty safe, and I go to my Golbat, and he predicts that pretty well. This time I did not go to my Virizion because I didn't want to take a close combat. So I go to my Golbat and I take all that damage. Didn't work out for me. I just click Roost here, and now I'm threatened out by the Delphox. So I end up switching out and go to my Delphox. Sorry, I gotta call him. So sorry, but yeah, getting back to things, I basically predict the Delphox with the Delphox thing again, and he has to go, he went his Vikavolt, so I can easily fire off a Psyshock here. So I end up Psyshocking, and Seismitoad comes in, takes a decent amount. I have to go to my Golbat here again, but now that it's knocked off, it's going to take a lot more damage from Scald and Earthquake and whatnot. So I just defog, he stays in, and he definitely beats me 1v1, so it's going to be like a few turns of me taunting and roosting, so I'm just going to fast forward that. In the end, I just end up dying, and I have to go to my Virizion now, so because it can be Seismitoad and it basically gets a kill on anything on his team. I end up Leaf Blading. He goes out to Hariyama, which I don't really agree with, but it takes a huge chunk from Leaf Blade. He just basically gets off some chip damage on me from Fake Out and Bullet Punch, and ends up sacking Hariyama, which is good for me because now Vanillux and Guzzlord are huge threats to Meeps. So I think you should have preserved it because it could come in later on and just click CC and like hurt something. But now I'm just going to proceed to go to my Guzzlord on the Delphox. This time he does not double into Vikavolt, so definitely I get a kill here. He goes to Seismitoad, that gets Twit killed by Dark Pulse. So looking really good for me right now. I should end up closing the game from here. He gets up his rocks, but it's just basically a dying attempt. As you guys can see, he's trying to sweep with Delphox, and here I kind of misplay. I just end up sacking the Guzzlord. I think the better play was preserving this because it 100% beats Delphox 1v1, so I could have probably saved this and I could have brought it in later, but for some reason I just sacked it here because I got kind of comfortable. It wasn't like I lost or anything, but like I was just like, okay, my Delphox is gonna win. So I just go to my Virizion here. I'm faster, so I Z move and I kill it off. Now he goes into his Delphox, and I realize that, okay, it's at 46 or something. My Delphox is at higher HP, but it might be a choice scarf battle. So I realized I might have choked here. If he misses a hit, then he immediately loses. But for that, I have to dodge and all of that. So I just go to my Vanillux, and I try to get some damage off on him through Hail, so that he's in Psyshock range from my Delphox, and I don't have to risk going for the miss. Basically, trying to reach a Hack's prevented outcome. Unfortunately, he doesn't miss, and as you guys are gonna see, I'm gonna end up losing from here, unfortunately, because this turn he crits my. I'm just kidding. Nah, but yeah, he reaches Blaze and he does not crit me, so I actually end up winning. Just wanted to add some spice into the game, but yeah, I won that game. Could have probably played the end game a little better, but I think I had it from there anyway. So yeah, it was a good game. But I ended up just winning from here, so his Delphox perishes, and let's move on to game 3. Game 3, he brought something he's used on the ladder so many times, and I think he used it in NUPL once as well, with his Raticate and Oricoro, like really unstandard mons, but it's a really nice team. It specs Rotom again. Meeps uses Rotom really well, like he completely kills people with Rotom, so I brought one of my old teams, which I've used in some tournament. I think this is what I actually used versus Kingler. So I was just like, what do I use which I've not already used like 50 times? So I decided to use this. I was gonna bring like Guzzlord and Wild Plume, but like I was like, that's just fucking so overused at this point. So I brought this. Like Cryogonal has a pretty decent matchup, but apart from that, it's just like whatever. So leads off with Rotom, the threat again, and this time I don't actually have Protect on my Seismitoad, and Leaf Storm does a chunk to my Cryogonal. Like Cryogonal has a decent special defense stat that did way too much, but I'm gonna get this turn wrong again. Like Meeps just really plays well with Rotom, dude. Like I swear I should have just like pressed the trigger once in this game and I would have easily won. But unfortunately, I do not do that, and he just goes to Rotom, gets off a crit on my Garbodor. I just get up a T-Spike, like basically Garbodor's fodder at this point. He goes to his Golbat, tries to keep momentum going, and goes to his Rotom again, basically forcing me to sack something at this point. So I just sack the Garbodor. He Leaf Storm, so I'm like, okay, now I can actually go to my Cryogonal and try to like attack something. I go to my Cryogonal. I just like fire off an Ice Beam. I'm actually Z Cryogonal, so maybe I should have clicked Z move there. I don't know. In hindsight, I probably should have, but I did not, and I end up losing 50-50 here. Well, it actually wasn't a 50-50 because I didn't expect the pursuit, so Meeps just made a really good play there. I didn't want to stay in on Sucker Punch, but yeah, Meeps playing really aggressively, playing really well right now. I'm not able to like keep up with him, so he got me there, and he ends up getting a Sucker Punch off as well, which is so much damage, dude. Like, that's crazy. And as you guys are seeing right now, I'm getting basically slapped around, and I'm in a terrible position. I'm just trying to like win somehow with probably my Malamar, which is the win condition here. So it goes to I just default this Golbat. I end up clicking Rocks here, I think. Yep. And then now I have to go to I have to basically sack my Sceptile here. I go to my Delphox. I sack my Sceptile. So he just ends up he just ends up Leaf Storming. So now I actually have a pivot into Malamar because it can it's a special defensive, so I can start hitting stuff. And that is what I actually proceed to do. I go to my Malamar. He just Leaf Storms. No, sorry. He just goes to Skullbat. I click Superpower, and I just Superpower again because I lose nothing. And he just clicks U-Turn, which does a lot of damage actually. 35 is a lot of damage, but it's 4 times weak. So end up Superpowering a ring. Again, if I knocked off there, it would have probably been better because Orikoro would have died. But all good. He clicks Z move here, Z Hurricane, and the tank Careful Nature Malamar and just end up living. And I rest up. And he just proceeds to stay in and sack the Orikoro and just attack me. He gets a confusion, but luckily I did not confuse myself. If I confused myself, this game was over. So now he just ends up going to Rotom, which basically gets a kill at this point. So I end up going to my Delphox because I do not want to sack Seismitoad. Playing with 2 Mons just basically completely like ruins my chances of winning. But now I get a kill with Psychic or whatever. He doesn't want to go to Rhydon because he doesn't want to risk it dying, so he just sacks his Emboar to Psychic. Goes to his Rhydon here, which I wall with my Seismitoad, so I switch out of that, and he just ends up rocking, which was... No, he ended up clicking Earthquake. I'm surprised he Earthquake there, but big deal. He just goes to Rotom right now, which I predict, and I click Knock Off, which was great for me because now the Specs Leaf Storm would not kill my Malamar, so good for me there. Now I can even go to my Delphox because it can live a hit, so I go to my Delphox, and this was the 50-50. If he went to Rhydon and I click Grass on, he lost. If I click Psychic and he went to Golbat, he lost. So 50-50. He ends up going to Golbat and I get it wrong and I click Grass now. So good turn for Meeps there, but I still have a winning chance. I go to my Seismitoad because it can beat Golbat. He ends up predicting that and just clicks U-turn, which is great for him, and gets his Rotom in. So now he gets a kill and I have to sack my Delphox and I have to try to like sweep with Malamar. As you guys are gonna see here, Malamar can definitely win. Like, I just need some Sleep Top rolls in my favor and I can win from here. So if I get a superpower here, no matter what he goes to, I win. So I pray that I got a superpower, but it's in his favor to get anything else. So he did end up getting I did end up getting knockoff, and he does reveal Mega Horn on Rhydon and I end up dying, and basically the game ends there. So this was a really intense series. Like, it was basically here and there. If I got like maybe a miss or something like that, or maybe some roll in my favor, I would have definitely won. But I could have probably played a little better with maybe I could have got some predictions right, but me played really well, Meeps, and then the Cryogonal kill was probably the biggest part of the game. So if I still had my Cryogonal, I think I could have easily won. But well played, Meeps. This was a really intense series. But yeah, I do upload my L's, so I'm not a YouTuber who just like uploads W's only. So I did upload my L here. It's a really good series, and good luck to Meeps in the future rounds, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.